Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 5. I'm Bonnie Liu Jiarong. They are Ellie Liao Zhueshou and Iris Chen Yi. Today, our topic is promoting your business at trade shows. Here is our content. We have divided our presentation into 5 parts. Vocabulary, Scenario 2, including Q&A and H, listening practice, discussion question, and activity 2. After that, we will tell you our inside story and job assignment. Now let's get started. After you know what kind of booth is suitable for your trade show and how to book it, we are going to tell you how to prepare for your trade show to make it go more smoothly and also attractive for your existing and potential customers. Before the scenario 2, I will introduce you some vocabulary first. Now let's get started with the first one. Presumptuous. Please repeat after me. Presumptuous. Presumptuous is an adjective. It means someone is doing something they have no right or authority to do. The example would be, I hope you won't be considered to be presumptuous if I offer some advice. Remember that considered to be here can be omitted. Next one. Leaflet. Leaflet is a noun. It means a printed sheet of paper including the information or the advertising about a particular subject and usually distributed for free. The example would be, demonstrators handed out leaflets to passersby, like this. Next one, giveaway. Giveaway is a noun. It means a thing that is given for free and often for promotional purposes. The example would be, you might want to consider other forms of giveaway if your products are unsuitable to offer as samples or gifts. Then, if there is a space between give and away, that's a phrasal verb. It means offer something to someone for free. Next one, laminated. Laminated is an adjective. It means covered with a thin sheet of something, especially cleared or colored plastic. The example would be, the recipe cards are laminated, so they can be wiped clean. Then there is a word called write on and wipe off laminated memo boards. That will be mentioned in the scenario 2 later, like this. You can write something down on it and you can also erase it. Next one, linger. Linger is a verb. It means to stay in a place longer than is expected. The example would be, after the play had finished, we lingered for a while in the bar, hoping to catch sight of the actors. Next one, comfy. Comfy is an adjective. It means comfortable. It's an informal word for comfortable. The example would be, the armchair I'm sitting in is very comfy. The final one is aesthetic. Aesthetic is an adjective. It means concerned with the beauty or the appreciation of the beauty. The example would be, those buildings have little aesthetic appeal. Now, let's have a quick review about these 7 words. And next, we have prepared again for you. The first one, presumptuous. Leaflet. Giveaway. Laminated. Linger. Comfy. Aesthetic. Next is again. The above are the synonyms of these 7 words I have mentioned. And if you know the answer, just raise your hand and pronounce that word loudly. Let's get started. The first one is flyer. Does anyone know the answer? The first one, the synonyms of this word is flyer. Nina? Yes.
Flyer.
The first one, Coco.
Leaflet.
Yes, the answer is leaflet. Pronounced yes. Next, the synonyms of the second word is covered and layered. Does anyone know the answer? Michelle? Yes, it's laminated. Congratulations. The third one, the synonym is bold. Does anyone know the answer? Bold. Jojo. Yes. The third one is presumptuous. Next one, the fourth one is comfortable. Yes, the answer is comfy. Congratulations. The fifth one is loiter. Does anyone know the answer? Loiter. Does anyone know the answer? The fifth one? The synonym is loiter. No? No? The fifth one is linger. Linger also means loiter. The sixth one is gift. Coco.
Giveaway.
Yes, the answer is giveaway. The final one is attractive. Does anyone know the answer? Its synonyms is attractive. Michelle. Yes, the answer is aesthetic. Congratulations. This is the end of our game. Hope you.
Before we move on to do video, could you film your gifts? That's something. I want them to be on camera too.
Okay.
Before they are gone. Take a picture. But I think it would be fun if we include it in the video. That's something. And they are gone very quickly.
要自己对头。
The presenters can get close
这怎么放大、啊？
on camera.
这个吗？
This is our
对。要放大缩小吗？有。有什么？
Let's make this like a party. Thank you.
This is the end of our game. Thanks for your participation and hope you enjoy it. Next, let's move on to our scenario 2. Please enjoy our short conversation. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for making time to meet with me. I've got a couple of favors to ask of you. First of all, Ellie, could I ask you to prepare a comprehensive list of all the activities we will be doing for our exhibition at the trade show?
Me?
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, you are very organized and have an eye for detail. So I'd like you to take this responsibility. I hope you don't think I'm too presumptuous.
Not at all.
Thank you. And Iris, could you please double check the quantities of the leaflets and giveaways with our suppliers?
Sure. We have expecting 3,000 leaflets to hand out and 2,000 write-on and white-off laminating memo boards to give away, if I remember rightly.
Yes, I believe that's what we have agreed on. Ellie, could you create a marketing plan initiative that would successfully increase customer acquisition and generate sales?
Okay.
I know I've said this many times, but could you all please ensure you tell everyone who is going to work in the trade show booth to smile and make an eye contact with every attendee working by our booth?
Okay. By the way, who's going to take charge of the booth design?
It will be done to me. I will try to maximize working space in the booth as much as I can to permit our potential buyers to move around comfortably while admiring our motorbikes.
I guess a special booth may also encourage them to linger inside longer. I agree. We could also station several comfy chairs in the corner to make our booth more inviting, or maybe we could hang a nice picture on the wall to give it an aesthetic touch.
Sounds good. Thanks for your invaluable ideas. I will try my best to make our booth practical and aesthetically pleasing at the same time. This is the end of our scenario 2. Next is our Q&A time. We have prepared 4 questions for all of you. If you know the answer, just raise your hand. Now, let's get started with the question number 1. What's the purpose of this conversation? A. To decide on the trade show booth. B. To prepare for an exhibition. C. To book a booth at the trade show. Does anyone know the answer? Yes, the answer is B. We discussed many details like creating the marketing plan initiative, checking the quantities of leaflets and giveaways, and also we discussed how to design our booth. Question number 2. What kind of trade show is it? A. Technology trade show. B. Cycle trade show. C. Motorbike trade show. Does anyone know the answer? Yeah, Andrew? Yes, the answer is C. Motorbike trade show. Here we can see, I will try my best to maximize the working space in the booth to make our potential buyers move around comfortably while admiring our motorbikes. Therefore, our product is motorbike. Next one, how many leaflets and giveaways will be handed out? A. 3,000 and 2,000. B. 1,000 and 200. C. 500 and 150. Does anyone know the answer? Michelle? Yes, the answer is A. Here we can see there are 3,000 leaflets and 2,000 write-on and wipe-off laminated memo boards. Let's move on to the final one. What are not mentioned in the conversation? A. To create a marketing plan. B. To design the booth. C. To book the booth at trade show. Does anyone know the answer? Yes?
C.
C. Yes, the answer is C. Here we can see I asked Ali to create a marketing plan initiative, and I'm also in charge of maximizing the working space in the booth to make our potential buyers move around comfortably. This is the end of our Q&A time. Thanks for your participation. Hope this part will help you know what to do more clearly before the trade show if you are responsible for holding the trade show in the future. Next, I'm going to talk about the H. In this part, I'm in charge of the first 5 sentences, then Iris will tell you the rest of them. Now, let's get started. First of all, let me tell you what the H is. H is a word or a phrase that would be verb, adverb, or clauses that used to express the hesitation or uncertainty, as well as to demonstrate your politeness and indirectness. You would also find that it wouldn't change the meaning if you remove it from the sentences. As for the functions, I have listed 5 functions below. They are comfort one's emotion, express one's request indirectly, express one's opinion, and express one's approval, and finally, leave a way out. Leave a way out means someone is not very confident, so they won't make what they have said so firm. That is to say, there is a room for them to make the mistake or not meet others' expectations very well in the end. Now, I will explain the first one for you to make you more clear about the functions. The first one, in these sentences, the H's are, thanks for making time to meet with me, and could I ask you? The functions are comfort one's emotion and express one's request indirectly. First of all, I show my appreciation to Ali and Iris to make them feel more comfortable. After all, they could find that it was so terrible they had to have a meeting in the early morning. Then I use could I ask you to prepare instead of you prepare, or I want you to prepare, to reduce the feeling that I command Ali to do that for me. Next one, it's your turn. In these sentences, the H's are, as far as I'm concerned, so I'd like you to, and I hope you don't think. Does anyone know the functions? There are 3 functions. S. Leonardo.
CA2.
CA2. Yes. The answer is express one's opinion, express one's request indirectly, and comfort one's emotion. I make my request polite by mentioning the advantages I think Ali has, like she is very organized and meticulous, and also showing my politeness to make her feel more comfortable. Actually, my main purpose is to ask her to prepare a comprehensive list of all the activities in the exhibition. Next one. In these sentences, the Hages is, could you please double check? Does anyone know the function? Leonardo.
C.
Yes? The answer is C. Express. No? Sorry. The answer is express one's request indirectly. I use could you please double check instead of you double check or I want you to double check to make my request not so offensive and make Iris not feel she was commanded to do that for me. Next one is your turn. The H in these sentences is if I remember rightly. Does anyone know the function? If I remember rightly. Carl?
B.
B. Yes, the answer is B. Leave a way out. Here we can see the number 3000 and 2000 are too specific. So Iris said, if I remember rightly, to make what she has said not so firm and also show it's possible she could remember the quantities of the leaflets and giveaways wrongly. The fifth one, in these sentences, the Hages are I believe and could you create. Does anyone know the functions? There are two functions. Does anyone know the function? Leonardo.
大家
Michelle.
A.
Yes? And another one is? Yes? The answer is A and C. Express one's approval and express one's request indirectly. In these sentences, I said I believe that's what we have agreed on to show my approval of the quantities of the leaflets and giveaways. Then I use could you create instead of you create or I want you to create a marketing plan initiative to make my request like Ellie can answer yes or no to reduce the feeling that I command her to do that. So far so good?
Yes.
This is the end of my part. Next, I'm going to give my floor to Iris. She will tell you the rest of the Hages in the scenario 2. Hi, I'm Bunny. I'm in charge of the vocabulary, scenario 2, Q&A, Hage, discussion question, and I'm also a PPT reviser. Next, I'm going to give my floor to Iris.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm the actress in scenario 2. Also, I'm in charge of Hate, listening practice and discussion question. In addition, I'm the PPT designer. It's all the end of our presentation. Thanks for your attention. Next is comment time. We will give the floor to group 1 after 5 minutes.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 1. My name is Michelle, and this is Jojo, my group mate, and Sam is absent today. Yes. We would like to divide our comment section into 2 parts, content and advantage. I'll be in charge of their content. First of all, I think we're all very impressed with their hedges section because they gave us so many questions to answer. And besides giving us a lot of questions, they do explain each hedges very, very carefully. And I think most of us understand most of the part, at least for me. And as for their discussion question, slight suggestion. Give more questions because having one question is simply not enough just for one conversation, I think. And lastly, as for the activity section, it is very nice of them to point out each point of view, each perspective from the assistant, the boss, and the neutral side, so we can infer from each and other positions if we're ever in them in the future. And I shall give the floor. Oh, hang on. One more small thing. It is very apparent that two of the members have most parts in their presentation, and it would be great in the future to allocate their parts equally so that the teamwork doesn't seem to be just two-man effort instead of a trio. And I shall give the floor to Jojo.
Hello everyone, I'm Jojo, and I'll divide the advantage into 3 parts. The first one will be the game part. So in their presentation, they have come up with a cool vocabulary game word course, and that is really different from previous group, since they are very creative to come up with a game that is different, and also we can memorize the word. I think that is great. And the second one will be their prize. So we can see when we enter the classroom, we'll see a bunch of prize on the table to show you that's what I'm going to show you later. And I think that is a great point, since all of the audience saw the prize, they will raise their interest to answer the questions. And I believe later, like group 6 or 7, that you can try this way. So maybe everyone will be eager to answer your questions. And the third point is their best advantage of this group is they explain everything detailedly. Before they going to show you next parts, they will explain to you what they are going to do. When they are doing the process, they also explain to you. And after the parts, they explain to you again. So in the whole presentation, they not just during the introduction part, the body parts, even the conclusion, they all explain to you what they are doing, and they will ask you, so far so good, are you with me? To make sure that you are with them and understand what they are talking about. So I think this is the advantage that we can learn from them. Now this will be the end of Group 1's comments, and next I'm going to give the floor to Group 3. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 2. I'm Nina. She is Emma. Sarah. Dina is absent. Today we are going to make a comment on Group 5, according to their individual stage performance. Then I'm in charge of Bonnie's part. First of all, I divided my comments into 3 parts. The first one is warming up. Before she starts her presentation, she gave us a brief introduction. Then she smiled and made fun eye contact with us. Next is the second part is vocabulary. She used her own words to explain those vocabulary to us and support her words by showing us some pictures. Then the final part is H. When she talked about the functions of H, she went back to the contents of scenario 2 to give us detailed information. Then, in addition, I noticed that she asked audience so far so good. I think she really did a great job because she remembered to take care of audience feelings. Next, I will give the floor to Emma.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma. I'm going to talk about Iris' performance. I would divide my part into 3 points. The first one is her stage performance. When she was in scenario, and she has a lot of eye contact with Bonnie and Ellie. Moreover, when she is talking about H and other parts, she has a lot of eye contact with all of us. And furthermore, in the H part, she really has a lot of smile on her face. We think this is a very good point for her performance this time. The next part is explanation. when she is talking about H and the vocabulary and also listening practice, she has used her own words to give us further explanation, which is very easier for us to understand. However, we think when she is talking about the H part, when she is trying to ask us to answer the H, I think she can told us how many functions do the sentence have, because that would be easier for us to understand, to answer it, because some answers is only one function, but the other sentences have two functions. I think that would be easier and faster for us. And the final part is listening practice. When she is using, still the same, when she's using her own words to give us further explanation. The very good point about listening practice is she will put the conversation after each question to explain the reasons why we should choose this answer. And then she will turn back to the PPT slide about the answer to let us memorize the answer longer, with a longer time. So we think her performance is very great. Next, I'm going to give the floor to Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm in charge of Ellie's part. I divided my comments in 2 parts. First, in activity 2 part, she provides some neutral methods between assistant manager and boss argument. She used her own words to explain how to fix the problem and have further explanation to support her point. Next scenario 2 part, she has many eye contacts to her crew members. I think she did a great job. In conclusion, we have mentioned our comments in 3 parts. Funny, Iris and Ellie's part. I think she all did a good job. This is the end of our comments. Next, I will give the floor to group 3.
Hello everyone, we are group 3. I'm Coco and they are my good members.
Carl.
Tina. Today I'm in charge of Iris' part. I've divided my parts into delivery part and stage performance part. Although Iris speaks not as loud as other people, she still tried to deliver us a fantastic presentation. So, on her delivery part, her pronunciation is very clear and she tends to use her own words to explain her parts. For example, on the hedge parts and also the vocabulary on listening practice. She always gives us the thorough details. Furthermore, she always smiles and has strong eye contact with the audience. And I think she has improved a lot from the first presentation to today's last presentations. I think she did a great job on this one. And I hope you can improve more, like every day after. This is the end of my part. I will give the floor to Carl.
Hello, my name is Carl. I'm in charge of the Alice part. I've divided my comment into 2 parts, which is the content and the stage performance. In the contents part, I think she itemized all the scenarios and explained them in detail. So we are able to understand all the situations. As for the stage performance, Ellie speaks loud so we can easily hear what she was saying, but the little suggestion that she can slow down the speed a little so that we can easy to understand what she was saying. And this is the end of my comment. Next, I will give my floor to Tina.
Hello, I'm Tina. I'm going to make comment on Bunny. As usual, she always did a great preparation for her speech. First, she has powerful voice and clear pronunciation. It makes me understand what she had said thoroughly. Next, in the scenario part, she tried to have eye contact with her partner. She didn't just stare at the book. Then when she talked about the age, she gave us more detailed explanation to let us realize the age deeply. Therefore, this is the end of my comment. In conclusion, we have talked about their individual performance. We think they did a great job. Next, I will give the floor to Group 4. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 4. Today we are going to make comment on Group 5. Dory and I will talk about their presentation content, and finally Angel will be in charge of the stage performance. I will divide my part into two parts. First part is scenario 1. We think in scenario 1 they have strong eye contact with each other, and also they use a lot of gesture and a lot of body language in their small drama. In addition, the desk they use in their small drama, we think it is extremely professional. It makes us experience the situation which we are really in the meeting. Next part is H part. We think they did a good job in this part because even though our answer is correct, they still gave us the further explanations to us. Moreover, when they move on to the next part or give the floor to the next person, they ask us so far so good to make sure we have realized what they have talked about. And the last point I want to mention is, for us, we think their presentations giveaway is extremely various. We are so happy. And next, I will give the floor to Dory.
Hello, I'm Dory. I'm going to talk about the content of their presentation. I divide my part into three points. The first is in scenario and listening practice part. When they explain the answer, they will show us the original conversation slide. They additionally highlight the answer in red color so that we can catch their point and realize the answer quickly. And the second point is in activity part. Ellie showed us the comprehensive list between of different situations. For example, the manager assistance situation, the boss situation, and the colleague situation. Then
Managers, assistant or assistant?
assistant managers. Sorry.
Positions.
And also Ellie explained different using different way to solve the problem. In addition, she made practical examples. For example, such as use the paper, the leaflet or paper leaflet. The third point is in discussion question part. They design the drama themselves. Also, when they act the drama, because of the content of the drama, they didn't sit down firstly. They follow the line and sit down because of the content. So we think they play the drama well and realistically. Next, I will give the floor to Angel.
Hi, I'm Angel. I would like to talk about their stage performance individually. I would like to talk about Ellie first. In Activity 2, she tried her best to explain the complex content for us. She used her own words to try to make us understand what she's going to say. And the second one is Iris. I think she have firm eye contact from the beginning to the end in this presentation, and her posture I think is good. For example, she stands very straight. And the final one is, I know she practiced many times, so we can know that she looks very confident. And the final one is Bonnie. She, from the beginning to the end of the presentation, she remained the voice very loud, so we can easily hear what she's going to say, and her pronunciation also very good. Her performance looks very professional. I think everyone believes in that. There is a little suggestions in the first vocabulary games is that we cannot understand easily from the start, that because the words is in the different direction. You know that, yes. And in conclusion, we have talked about their content and stage performance. They really try their best to finish this presentation. We think that is very good. Next, I'll give the floor to Group 6.
Hi everyone, we are Group 6. I am Kong, and she's my group member, Loi. Angela is absent. Today we are going to make a comment on Group 5, and we have divided our comment into two parts, stage performance and content. Now it's my turn to talk about their stage performance, and I have 3 points. First, when Bunny is presenting, as usual, her voice is loud and powerful enough, and she is very confident in herself because she has some hand gesture to draw the audience attention. In addition, she will raise her voice to emphasize the main point. Second is about Iris. I see her voice is much louder in today's presentation than before. Although she seems a little bit nervous, I can feel she tried her best and smile all the time. Finally, I really appreciate the atmosphere of their teamwork because they will use some transition words to give the floor to next presenter. Besides, the whole presentation is smooth and doesn't have any mistakes. Next, I will give the floor to Loi.
Hello everyone, my name is Loi. I'm in charge in their content. And first of all, I think their PPT design is very tidy and easy to know. And in vocabulary part, they put each word to each slide and also type the meanings and the example on the screen. I think it really can enhance our memory and make us understand very easily. As for the hedges part, Bunny talked about the functions first and also itemized the five functions on the screen. I think it's a great way to make the audience get the point immediately. And in discussion question part, they played a short drama for us to show. They played a short drama to make us know what kind of slogan they used for the cycle trade show. And it's really interesting, and I can feel all of us very enjoy it. In conclusion, we just mentioned their stage performance and the content. Thanks for giving us an excellent presentation, and we really enjoy it. And this is the end of our comment. Next, I want to give the floor to Group 7.
Hi, we are Group 7. I'm Leonardo, and he's my group member, Leo. Leo, Huang, and S are absent today. Today we divide our parts into 4 parts. PPT design, stage performance, vocabulary, and pronunciation. I'm in charge of PPT design and stage performance. I want to talk about stage performance first. In their presentation, Bunny showed her confidence and used the proper gesture to point out the point and have some interaction with the audience. We can see Bunny's prepare a lot and show her professional style. And Iris' voice is not involved with too much violence, but peace. So that audience can enjoy her voice and become calm to listen her every single word. It's her style, and we respect and feel good. The final one is Alice. Alice's style is more dynamic. She use more gesture than Bunny's, and she use her own words, not her like she memorize some words. And I will talk about PPT design. This time their PPT use the simple layout, not too many decoration, but to the point. It's how to say this word, concise. Yes. And they also design some games or some questions for us with some option. And it is thoughtful and it is also good. Now I'll give the floor to Leo.
Hi, I'm Leo. I'm going to talk about the vocabulary and pronunciation. When presenting the vocabulary, they will not keep looking at the slides, and they also try to use their own word to express the word and give us the further explanation. Also give us the example so we can understand the word easily. Next one is the pronunciation. Their pronunciation is good. We all know that the improper pronunciation can lead to the negative impressions, misunderstanding, and also the ineffective communications. So with the good pronunciations, we can understand what they want to express to us easily. This is the end of our comments. Next, I will give my floor back to Group 5.
Tell us your feedback first.
Hi, I'm Iris. For my personal feedback, first, I want to thank Dr. Liang to give us an opportunity to cooperate with different people. I really learned a lot from them. Next, I want to thank my group members to spend their times to complete this presentation. We spend lots of time to discuss and revise our presentation again and again to make it better and better. Finally, I want to thank all of your comments. I think in these semesters I really improved a lot. And can face my own mistake like filler words. So I really cherish this course, what I learned in this course, and hope that I can use what we have learned in the future. Next, I will give the floor to Ellie.
Hello everyone, I'm Ellie. I also have to thank Dr. Liang first because of this courses, so I can work with different partners in different group and to experience different style of working. Both of them are really good partner. They always lead me to do what I can do. Not like last group, I have to think about more things and work together. It's a different type, I think. So I like each group very much. And and yes, I would do thanks of students' comments because of your comments, each group can become better, and we also can learn others' comments in different groups to improve our presentation, not just the comments in our presentation. So we can learn a lot from these courses, especially about the comments and also comments from Dr. Liang. I like these courses. And next, I would like to give the floor to Bang.
Hi, I'm Bunny. First of all, I want to thanks for Dr. Liang. You give me the opportunity to work with Dan and the others to make me more familiar with them. In addition, I think I also make a great progress on little words part. Thank you. And next one, I want to thanks for my group member. We can share different ideas about our presentation, and also we will spend lots of time and get up early on Wednesday morning to discuss our presentation before our course at 10 o'clock. Finally, I want to thank for everyone's comments. You make me know what my advantages are and make me feel more comfortable, to make me feel more confident in my every presentation. Thank you. Now we want to choose the best group. Our best commentator is group 1. The reason why we choose them is because they tell us our advantages and something we can improve a lot in our next presentation in the future. Like they notice that we like advantages, they tell us we can distribute our work equally next time if we also need to have the presentation with our maybe co-workers in the future. Okay. Next, I will give my floor back to Iris.
Also, they notice our game. We think about the vocabulary games. We really make a lot of efforts on it to make it different from other groups. So we will give the floor to one.
No, we are running out of time. So